Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
What a beautiful day for baseball today. It's a Wednesday afternoon. Matinee baseball from Miller Park. The Pittsburgh Pirates and the Milwaukee Brewers. Second game of the series. Brewers looking for a two-game sweep. Last night, the Brewers win behind Zach Davies, who was impressive. 6 2/3 innings. Keon Broxton hit a decisive homer, and the bullpen was lights out. First it was Barnes, then it was Knebel. Manny Pena had a couple of RBIs, and the Brewers with a 3-1 victory over the Pirates last night sets themselves up for a chance at a sweep here today. The Cubs lost to the Reds last night, so with Jimmy Nelson on the mound this afternoon, the Brewers 3 games back in the loss column to the Chicago Cubs. Overall, a game and a half back as we open up play here today. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from Miller Park. Great to have you with us on this beautiful Wednesday. I'm Brian Anderson along with Bill Schroeder. We'll check in with Sophia Minard in just a moment. What a pitching matchup we have today. These two, Garrett Cole and Jimmy Nelson, have matched up only one other occasion. That was 2 years ago. These are big time, big guys, big power sinkers. This is going to be fun today.
Yeah, again, I mean, last 5 games, Brewers, Pirates have been all about the pitching. 28 combined runs between the two teams in the last 5 games, and it has been all about pitching. Davies, Nova yesterday, outstanding work on the mound, and Jimmy Nelson coming off his roughest outing as a Brewer. You look for him to have a nice bounce back. He's done well against the Pirates. Jimmy Nelson with that walk to strikeout ratio at 5-1, and he's currently 6th in the National League in strikeouts. And on the other side of it, Garrett Cole has been outstanding, particularly good on the road. He's won his last 7 decisions on the road. He's always been good against the Milwaukee Brewers. His last time out in Pittsburgh against Milwaukee, he had electric stuff, and you expect much of the same. Good pitching in this series. We'll see who comes out on top today.
Should be a fun one this afternoon with Garrett Cole, the Pittsburgh ace, matching up against Jimmy Nelson, who has emerged as the Brewers ace right now. 2 teams in the hunt. This close division race. 4 teams are in it, including the Pirates, and we're going to be seeing a lot of this NL Central. Sophia has more on that story right after this.
Brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. By Hupy and Abraham, voted best, rated best. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
A beautiful Wednesday afternoon for baseball here in Milwaukee. Could not ask for a better summer day, and Eric Sogard is starting to heat up at the plate. He's gone 4 for 9 with a triple 3-run scored in his last 4 games. So he'll be in at shortstop again for Orlando Arcia, still battling some back spasms. Good afternoon, everyone. Sophia Minert here at Miller Park, and the Brewers have flipped the script. They have turned a 6-game losing streak into a 3-game winning streak, including the first of this 2-game series between the Pirates last night. And these have been very close contests. The last 7 games between these two teams, the division rivals, you see how evenly matched it's been. The run differential just 1. The last 7 games have been decided by 2 runs or less, and you see the starting earned run average very similar as well, and the bullpens have been very dominant as well. So manager Craig Counsell spoke about how tight these games have been and how that will prepare his young team for the playoff push here down the stretch.
You play in close games. I think it's natural for your attention to be raised like this, because it's one pitch, one play. Low-scoring games certainly do that. They put a heightened emphasis to me on every pitch for sure. That's why to me they're more fun to watch. They're more fun for fans to watch. I know sometimes fans love the runs, but I think what goes into every pitch on these low-scoring games is the time between pitches becomes really interesting.
The Brewers will hand the ball to Jimmy Nelson. It should be a great pitching matchup here between Nelson and Garrett Cole as the Brewers trying to extend the winning streak to 4 games here this afternoon at Miller Park. First pitch coming up next.
Nelson right on cue strikes him out.
That's a called strike 3. Roxon is run up.
Strikes are nothing but a swing and a miss.
And Garrett Cole on top of his game early. Got him. Nelson with a strikeout. Garrett Cole got him. A matchup of big, hard-throwing right-handers this afternoon. Jimmy Nelson leads the Brewers onto the field at Miller Park. And a big crowd on hand to see this one. Brewers baseball this afternoon on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Sun shining brightly, 79 degrees. Little wind blowing through Miller Park. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder, Sophia Menard with you. Today's game being produced by Brent Reeland and directed by Renardo Lowe. Pirates batting order today turned in by Clint Hurdle. It is brought to you by Potawatomi, Marte, Harrison, McCutchen, Bell, Freeze, and Frazier in the middle of the order, with Mercer, Stewart, and Cole rounding it out. It is the same starting lineup for the position players for the Pirates that we saw last night. And on the mound, Rock is Jimmy Nelson, and he is looking for a bounce-back outing after his worst start as a major leaguer his last time out against Cincinnati.
Yeah, 10 runs allowed, 9 of them earned against Cincinnati. That was right here at Miller Park, only 3 2/3 innings. That was a loss, but overall very good numbers for Jimmy. A 372 earned run average, 25th start for him. He does have a complete game. And you can see the walk to strikeout ratio outstanding, almost 5-1 for Jimmy Nelson this year.
Nelson's ERA jumped a half a run with that start against the Reds. He's trying to get it back together here against division rival Pittsburgh. And his first pitch, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, is in there for strike one. Marte coming off that 80-game PED suspension. He returned to the Pirates last month. Matter of fact, he returned to the Pirates the week the Brewers were in Pittsburgh. He returned for the second game of that series. Brewers got swept by the Pirates on the road in Pittsburgh last time around. Yesterday picking up the win. Now they have a chance to sweep this 2-game series with a victory today.
Yeah, the Brewers 4-8 against Pittsburgh this year, having a difficult time against the Pirates.
So many close games, all well pitched. The last 7 games between the Brewers and the Pirates have been decided by 2 runs or fewer, and the home team has won each contest. Last night the Brewers winning 3-1. Marte into left center, little jam shot's going to fall for a base hit, and the Pirates have a man on to start this game.
Well, the problem for Jimmy his last time out was location. Really didn't have very good location. Fastballs down the middle. You know, that was against Cincinnati. Really rough outing for him. Now you hope better today.
Nelson giving up the 9 earned runs in 3 2/3 innings. ERA went from 3.24 to its current position at 3.72. But overall, Nelson has had a terrific year, and while Chase Anderson has been down, Nelson has emerged as the best Brewer starter. Josh Harrison with a runner at first. And Nelson throws one away. That's going to leak out into the outfield, and Marte will just keep on trucking all the way to third base. Goes Starling Marte on a throwing error.
Yeah, that hit the first base umpire, I think, right in the back, and it trickled down into right field. Actually, the foot, not the back. And check it out. This ball not even close. No chance for Aguilar, and gets the umpire right in the foot. In the short right field, and not a good start for Jimmy. Giving up a base hit, now an error, and Marte at third base.
And Harrison lines one right to Sogard for the first out. He hit it sharply, but right at the Brewers shortstop. And one away.
Well, let's check out the Menards Brewers defense. You got some changes today. You got Hernan Perez out in left field. No Ryan Braun today. Sogard back-to-back starts at short. Arcia nursing some back spasms. And Jesus Aguilar spelling Eric Thames over at first base.
Well, Hernan Perez with Braun out, getting the call to left. A very good left fielder. And the big power bat of Aguilar is in there as well. Runner at third. There's strike one to Andrew McCutchen, former MVP. got it turned around after the first 6 weeks of the season. Comes in batting .287 with 23 homers, 71 RBIs. He is the Pirates' home run and RBI leader. And a wave and a miss. A slider from Nelson, and it's quickly 0-2 on McCutchen.
You're going to see some pretty good sliders today between Nelson and Cole. Doubled up on the slider to McCutchen.
Nelson has had the swing and miss stuff this season. Comes in with 162 strikeouts in 145 innings. And a called strike 3. McCutchen on 3 pitches with an about face. 2 outs in the inning. Still a runner at third.
Yep, after 2 sliders, he catches the outside corner. Now 163 strikeouts, good for 6th best in the National League. Right on the edge. Good
Can't
pitch.
put it in a better spot than that at 95 miles an hour. Those are the strikeout leaders in the National League. Kershaw has been on the disabled list for the last 3 weeks. Josh Bell takes a strike, so that bender is working early for Jimmy Nelson. Bell with 20 homers. What a season he is putting together. Took the collar last night, 0 for 3. 63 RBIs for the first baseman. Bell only 25 years of age. One pitch, and Bell, that's gonna fall, a base hit, and a run is in. A 2-out RBI from Bell.
And pulled the hands in and got that slider that was up in the zone. That big and strong Josh Bell, 85 miles an hour on his hands and able to muscle it into right field. Well, Jimmy almost got through it. You see, he missed his spot. Pena wanted that pitch away. That was actually the curveball that time, and Josh Bell able to get the RBI with 2 outs.
So the Pirates strike first here this afternoon. Runs you figure will be at a premium today, at least on paper it's set up that way, with Garrett Cole and Jimmy Nelson on the mound. And the Pirates get a leadoff single. That error was costly for Nelson. It sets up the run. David Freese at the plate, and a strike to Freese. Freese was 0 for 4 in last night's game. Brewers held the Pirates to just 6 hits. The only run that scored was against Zach Davies. He was excellent. 6 2/3 innings. Bell goes. Pena's thrown to second, right on the bag. The tag in time. A caught stealing. And the rocket arm of Manny Pena arrives once again. They will take a look. 2-4 on the putout. And it is confirmed, no challenge coming. A caught stealing to end the inning. Well, he can really throw the ball, Manny Pena, and he cuts down another would-be base stealer. national anthem standoff before the game today. Elias Diaz, Pirate backup catcher, and Orlando Arcia both out of the lineup. And both teams going through extreme measures, even the athletic trainers getting involved. The umbrella came out. Got a little team selfie before the Brewers hit the field. They stood there for about 10 minutes before Joe West said, "Beat it."
Ruins all the fun. Now, if Joe West was the third base umpire, they would have sure shown Diaz, right?
That's right. So
just
Diaz,
bad luck.
Diaz gets the win. You leave yourself exposed in the Joe West determination. You see the Brewers batting order with Eric Sogard leading off once again, playing for Arcia. That little national anthem standoff is symbolic for a couple of reasons. First of all, it gives you an idea that Arcia is out with the back spasms right now, but looks like at least he's happy enough and healthy enough that he's going to be back in the lineup soon, might even be available today. So that's an encouraging sign, first of all. Brewers do have an off day tomorrow, so I think Craig Counsell's plan was to be able to give Arcia 4 consecutive days off, which the Brewers had Monday off, didn't play yesterday, not going to play today, and then another scheduled off day tomorrow.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if you saw him in a close game if Counsell needs him. Brewers have 5 guys on the bench right now.
1-2 the count to Sogard, misses low. 2-2.
Yeah, Garrett Cole having a terrific season. You see that earned run average just under 4. He had a really rough month of June. He had an earned run average over 6 in June. Every other month has been very good. He's won 7 straight on the road.
10-game winner. ERA under 4. Little tapper back to the mound, and Garrett Cole will make the play, and that's how his day begins. 1-3 on the putout. Retires Sogard.
Well, it's been an uncharacteristically poor season for the Pirates defensively. Your Menards Pirates defense. Marte, McCutchen, Frazier in the outfield. You got David Freese, Jordy Mercer on the left, Harrison Bell on the right, and Chris Stewart once again behind home plate. Francisco Cervelli nursing an injury, so it's Stewart back behind home plate today.
Clint Hurdle is without 2 of his starters, as a matter of fact, with Cervelli dealing with a wrist injury, not on the DL, but not in the starting lineup. And then Gregory Polanco is on the disabled list with a left hamstring injury. 3rd time he has injured that hamstring this season. That's 2 key players out for the Pirates. Former Pirate Neil Walker elevated to the 2 spot in the batting order today. The switch hitting second baseman.
Got to be creative with no Braun, no Eric Thames in the starting lineup. Arcia out. So you got some regulars on the bench for both teams.
And Walker takes a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Neil Walker, who arrived here this past Sunday. Started that first game. He was in a Brewers uniform at 3rd base. And then last night started at 2nd base. That's where he is today. And Walker rolls over 1. That's going to stay fair for Bell, and that'll be out number 2.
And Garrett Cole, nasty slider along the lines of a Jimmy Nelson, and he was really good in Pittsburgh against Milwaukee. I mean, he was catching that outside corner with that mid-90s fastball with regularity in Pittsburgh. The Brewers are hoping that that's not going to be the case today. He was tough to hit last time he faced Milwaukee.
Cole has gone exactly 7 innings and allowed exactly 1 run in all 3 starts against the Brewers this season.
Another guy that doesn't walk many. Yeah, Cole with 36 walks and 132 strikeouts coming into play today.
Domingo Santana batting 3rd for the Brewers today with Braun out. That note on Garrett Cole, the last time a pitcher went 4 consecutive starts against a single opponent and at least 7 innings and fewer than 1 run or fewer, better stated, was Tim Lincecum. Actually, it was Adam Wainwright against the Brewers in 09. Then Lincecum did it in 08 against San Diego. It's a pretty rare feat to face a team 4 times in a season and go at least 7 innings and allow 1 run or fewer.
Yeah, because you figure, you know, the more you see a pitcher, the better chance you have of, you know, figuring out what he might want to throw you. There's that fastball again, dots the eye on the outside corner.
And Garrett Cole rings the bell on Santana. 3 up, 3 down inning with a strikeout. To the second we go. The Pirates have a 1-0 lead. Pirates. It's been a fun few days here. The Brewers with a 3-game winning streak. They won Saturday on a walk-off wild pitch. Sogard scoring the run, and then the Brewers get Neil Walker from the New York Mets, and then Walker's in the lineup Sunday. Big 3-run homer by Domingo Santana. 7-4 win on Sunday. Last night the Brewers with a 3-1 victory over the Buccos of Pittsburgh. And 3 games back in the loss column to the Cubs. Overall, a game and a half behind in the standings, with the Brewers playing 3 more games than the Cubs. And the final game of this series before the Brewers take tomorrow off and then hit the road on a pivotal West Coast trip. Starts in Colorado and then to San Francisco, finishes in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. Right back up the middle, ranging over Walker, gets to his feet, and the throw is in time. Boy, Neil Walker has made a couple of plays here the last 2 days.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you know, the book on Neil Walker is, you know, pretty good. Not great range, but he's shown good range, both going behind first base and this time up the middle. And he goes down and able to get up and make a strong throw. That's a pretty good throwing arm. You know, for Walker, a backhand pickup and gets on his feet quickly. The 31-year-old showing some good agility.
A former star quarterback in high school in the Pittsburgh area, still has that strong throwing arm. And he made a play last night that proved to be a big one, sliding to the other side, his glove side. This one going to his backhand side. What a great addition for the Brewers Neil Walker is. Nice work by David Stearns and company. Adam Frazier at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Frazier will be getting most of the work in right field, especially against right-handed pitchers, with Gregory Polanco on the disabled list. Pirates expect Polanco's trip to the DL to be just 10 days. Not a serious hamstring injury, but something they want to rectify quickly. Did he go? Yes, he did, says third base umpire Andy Fletcher. 1-2 the count. 2-2 on Frazier, and just missed outside.
It's always one of those things to watch for Jimmy Nelson, whether it's going to be the curveball that's going to be the big pitch for him or the slider. There are days when he has both working, but right now it looks like the slider's been his pitch, at least early on.
Payoff pitch coming, and a fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. 3-2 the count.
This guy's a tough out. He doesn't swing and miss a whole lot. Of course, the Pirates don't strike out a lot as a team. They make you work for their outs.
Yeah, two opposites, the Pirates and the Brewers, in a couple of those major categories, strikeouts and home runs. There's a swing and a miss. Frazier strikes out, so Jimmy Nelson powers him up.
Should have said that more often. They don't strike out much, and Jimmy gets the strikeout.
I think I said that last night with Frazier at the plate, and then he struck out.
Yeah. Yep, got the fastball by him up in the strike zone. Borderline top of the zone. Pretty good velocity at 95.
Nelson with a second K. So that'll bring up Jordy Mercer, who rarely strikes out. And he pops it in the air. Walker runs to the spot. He'll give way to Sogard. Broxton is there as well. I think Broxton came up with it. The 6'3" Keon Broxton able to make that play, and the inning is over. Good inning for Jimmy Nelson. A quick one.
In the second inning, scoops from the clubhouse brought to you by Car Soup. Manager Craig Counsell addressing some injury news. Orlando Arcia missing his second straight day with back spasms. It was something that he felt in his pregame work in the batting cage, tried to get through BP yesterday and was scratched. So he'll get the off day tomorrow as well. And Ryan Braun, just a scheduled day off. And Craig Counsell said really in terms of the bigger picture for guys like Arcia, for Ryan Braun, stacking up these off days is so critical as you head into the last quarter of the season. He says trying to keep guys as fresh as you possibly can at this point in the season is important. So he said Arcia and Braun certainly benefit from the time off. He'd like to give Domingo Santana a day off on the upcoming road trip as well.
Well, might see that. Look out for that. Thank you, Sophia.
Yeah, Craig's done a good job getting guys days off. I think Shaw's the one guy that's been in there just about every day. Yeah, barring a bump and bruise here and there, but this is what they call the dog days. At least they used to call it the dog days, you know, the middle to the latter part of August.
Now, the one bat you feel more than any others that when it's not in the lineup hurts the lineup, that would be Braun. I mean, he is still, despite the great year by Travis Shaw, Braun is still the face of this franchise and still the premier bat. And he changes that lineup a great deal when he's in there. Braun's hot too. He's got a 9-game hitting streak going. But there is a regular maintenance schedule for Ryan Braun, and if you can get through this window and you can get to the final couple of weeks of September, I would imagine Braun, you're hoping, would be able to answer the bell every day.
Yeah, you had the day off on Monday. Tomorrow is a day off. He's got today off. So I would imagine that, Craig Counsell is looking for Ryan Braun to play a lot on this road trip. This is going to be an important stretch for the crew.
2-2 the count to Shaw. Brewers down 1-0. Pirates scoring in the first inning. That run that scored in the first was set up primarily by an error from Jimmy Nelson, a throwing error on a pickoff play that put a runner at third with nobody out. Nelson did get to 2 outs before Josh Bell had a 2-out RBI single to drive in that run. Unearned run against Nelson. There's a called strike 3, and Garrett Cole reaching back for a little extra. 97 on the black, gets the strikeout.
Yeah, that's the thing about Cole last time out against Milwaukee and Pittsburgh. I mean, he did not get a lot of the plate with that fastball, whether it be outside to a left-handed batter or inside. Able to stick it right on the outside corner at big velocity. You have 97 right on the edge.
That's what they call the Hall of Fame spot, because if you can pitch there, especially at the velocity that Garrett Cole has, you'll end up in Cooperstown. Jesus Aguilar takes a strike. Another fastball from Cole. Aguilar gets a start today. Thames is out. Aguilar's had a couple of days off as well. Did not see him in the game yesterday.
A couple of days off and you go get Garrett Cole. That's the job of a guy coming off the bench.
Well, Aguilar was 2 for 3 against Cole last time he faced him. Ground ball to second. Harrison with the bright yellow shoes on. He's easy to find out there. Got the LC Greenwood look.
Nice. Very good. Steelers. Hey, after today's game, the Brewers head out on a 9-game, 10-day road trip, but they return home on Tuesday, August 29th, to start a 2-game set against the Cardinals. Check out the complete schedule and reserve your tickets at Brewers.com today.
Brewers are going to be seeing a lot of their division. 22 of the last 25 games of the season are against the NL Central. And the most of the Central Division opponents will be against the Cubs. 7 matchups remaining with Chicago.
Only 40 games left after today.
Boy, hard to believe, right?
That's something.
Brewers are right there, right in the picture. As Yogi would say, who'da thunk it? It's been a fun ride this year, and the Brewers need a finishing kick to keep themselves relevant. That West Coast trip is going to be a defining trip, you would think, for Milwaukee. 0-2 pitch. Pena takes a ball down and away.
Well, 2 teams that are in playoff contention. Maybe the best team in all of baseball, the Dodgers. Always tough to win in Colorado. Man, they're playing some good ball.
Pena, a little broken bat. That's going to fall for a base hit. Just served one into right field, and the first hit of the game for the Brew Crew.
Yep, stay right on it. Man, looked like a cut fastball that was on the outside corner. Boy, Cole's painting with the thin brushes on the edges today.
Is he ever?
And Pena able to dump one down the line and right.
We were talking about Pena's bat yesterday. He has had that thing for a while. I think it might have just died right off the end of the bat. But he's been going along so well, he's hardly had opportunities to break that bat. They don't break when you hit them on the barrel.
Right. And there was pine tar all over that thing.
So Hernan Perez will get an at bat here in the second. He's in there today in left field. 12 homers this year, 41 RBIs. I mean, across the board, the numbers don't overwhelm you. The 12 homers does, considering how his playing schedule is mapped out, but what he does for this team is so important to Craig Counsell. Talk about the versatility and how he can manipulate the lineup, how he can give players rest. Most of that falls on the shoulders of Hernan Perez because he can play essentially all 9 positions.
And when he's in there, you don't really lose anything defensively. You might even gain a little bit in some spots.
He's an excellent outfielder with a strong throwing arm, a shortstop by trade who can play that position if you need be.
Still waiting for him to strap on the catching gear.
He's played them all except catcher, but he is the emergency catcher in case. Perez into center field, playable for McCutchen. And that will retire the side. The Brewers get a single. Stranded at first. Cole 2 scoreless innings in the books.
The best team in the big leagues right now, the Los Angeles Dodgers, used a 5-run 8th to win 6-1 last night over the White Sox, and with that they are now 50 games over 500. Yes, 50. 84-34, best record in all of baseball. They've gone 49-9 over their last 58 games. They're the first team to be 50 games over 500 since the 2004 Cardinals, and right now they are on pace to win 117 games on the season. Just incredible. You see their winning percentage there since June 7th, 845, and Yu Darvish will make his Dodger Stadium debut here this afternoon. In each of his first 2 starts, he has struck out 10-plus batters.
Big pickup for the Dodgers. They only get deeper in their rotation, and they're doing all of this, by the way, without Clayton Kershaw, who is on the comeback trail with a bad back, and he is expected to return shortly, maybe by the end of this month for Los Angeles. Dodgers have a chance to set a major league record for wins in a season.
Why rush him back, right? I mean, give as much time as he needs. I mean, as long as he's ready for the postseason.
I think it'd be great to see him back in a Dodger uniform after the Brewers played the Dodgers, which will be on the next road trip.
I know, but don't you want to see him? I think if you're the Brewers, I mean, you want to face the best, right?
Okay.
At least I say that.
I like that.
I'm not a hitter down there, but
that's the Johnny competition angle.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
There's a liner up the middle, a base hit for Stewart.
You're not buying that?
I think at this point in a pennant race in September,
keep him on the DL.
I'll say let's face Kershaw on another day. Kershaw was dominant against the Brewers here in Milwaukee earlier this season. That was that big strikeout game. Matter of fact, the Brewers had a lead over Kershaw. 9th inning home run tied the game, but Kershaw with the big strikeout numbers that one. That was the game the Brewers struck out 26 times as an offense in an extra inning game.
Yeah.
Little tapper by Cole. Pena goes to second. Out there, throw to first, and it's in time. Beauty. Brewers get 2 out of that little swinging bunt.
I'll tell you what, that throwing arm for Manny Pena is about as good as it gets. I mean, that's just a flick of the wrist right there. He picks it up, that bunt right in front of home plate, gets Stewart easily, and they're able to turn the double play with no problem. A swinging bunt right in front of home plate. Look at his throw. A bullet right on the money. And Sogard able to finish the double play. He had the pitcher running. I'm telling you, I'm impressed by Manny Pena. I say it all the time, but what he does behind home plate is pretty special.
I think you can put it in the context of Jonathan Lucroy in the trade last year. So as Nelson deals a strike to Marte, I think the story is a lot different if the Brewers get themselves into a pennant race and the catching position is the position that you're having to struggle, say like second base or sometimes center field, because then you can, as Marte singles to center field. But then you're looking at, wow, if they would have kept Jonathan Lucroy, he could have been that bat. But Manny Pena has made that a moot point right now.
There has been no whispers of that around Milwaukee. He's been tremendous. He's been playing a lot. You got Bandy and Vogt on the disabled list. Susak's only made 2 starts since coming up. Vogt's on the comeback trail, and even though Manny has done a lot of catching as of late, last couple of weeks, he still hits.
Now, not saying Manny Pena is in Lucroy's class as a player yet, but this year he has been. He's hit for average, he's hit for power, he's had clutch hits and home runs this season. And of course, what he's doing behind the plate,
right,
locking down the running game, calling a great game. He's quick on his feet, blocking pitches. He's done it all. He has been a great addition.
Coming into spring training, you don't know what the Brewers are going to get defensively or at the plate with any of their catchers. Yeah, it's been good.
Runner goes. Here's Pena again to second and safe. Marte able to beat the throw.
How about that throw, though? I can't begin to tell you how difficult that is. I mean, the way he's able to get his feet in position so quickly. That just, quick release right on the money, a lot on it. I mean, Marte had a great jump. Jimmy takes a while to get rid of it. Look at his throw. Right on the money. Looks like he's safe, though.
You cannot throw it any better. They call it the pop to pop. They keep a time from
safe.
the pop of the glove from the pitch to the pop of the glove by the middle infielder. The pop time. And it's about as good as it gets with Pena.
And nobody better.
Marte steals that one on Nelson.
And watch the footwork in Manny right here. Not any right here. Look at how quickly he gets in position to throw, and the ball out of the glove on its way to second base in a flash. Not easy. It's not easy.
Any time under 2 seconds is a good time. I would imagine that particular throw right there from Pena would be in the 1.8 range.
Yeah, and that was regular speed. It looked like it was at quick speed.
2-0 the count. Harrison takes a ball 3. Well, the Pirates with their running game can certainly turn dead innings into live ones. Marte is very fast, has 10 steals this year in limited play. He's in scoring position, and Harrison takes a strike after he fires the bat.
A little bit of a late call by Hunter Wendelstedt.
McCutchen rushes up there to give him that bat back as soon as he can.
Harrison feels bad about that. Nobody wants to do that, but watch how long it takes Hunter Wendelstedt to call the strike. Still there. There you go. Oops. Oh, I guess I shouldn't have done that.
3-1 the count. And that misses. Ball 4. 2 on with McCutchen coming up. Two hits and a walk in this inning for the Pirates. That 2-6-3 double play on the swinging bunt by Garrett Cole is a big play in this inning for Nelson.
And now you got some problems with McCutchen up. And Jimmy started him with a couple of sliders and caught him looking on a fastball. Got him on 3 pitches. First time up.
Brewers put a shift on for McCutchen. 3 infielders on the left side. In the outfield, it's straight away. First and second, 2 outs. Pirates have great speed on the bases. McCutchen's been good in spots like this. He's hitting .347 with runners in scoring position. His season batting average is .286. There's a strike. Nelson with a fastball. Yesterday we saw Zach Davies, who had very good movement. He was breaking a lot of bats. He does not have the velocity that Jimmy Nelson does, but he was getting in on the hands of the Pirates hitters.
Yeah, good late movement on a 2-seamer. Had some good late tail to it.
One and 2 now. Nelson went back to that slider on McCutchen.
Yeah, hung it. And McCutchen fouls it straight back.
McCutchen's been a good hitter against Nelson in his career, hitting over .300. 7 hits and 23 career at bats, including a homer. And McCutchen has walked 5 times. Been a tough matchup throughout the years. Couldn't get him to bite on that breaking ball this time.
Yeah, good take by McCutchen. Jimmy's going to get a lot of swings on that.
McCutchen will draw his walks. One year led the league in on base percentage. His career on base percentage is .381. Two and 2 the count. Hit sharply into left center, a base hit. That's going to bring in Marte. Harrison on his way to third, and another 2-out RBI hit for the Pirates makes it 2-0. This time McCutchen delivers.
Yeah, I think McCutchen looking with a slider that time. It was on the corner, but he's able to hook it out there. That's a heck of a play right there by Keon Broxton to keep McCutchen at first base. Yep, looking slider, got it. You can see it stayed up a little bit, but it was on the corner. Keon Broxton getting there quickly, firing it into second base to keep McCutchen at first. That's a nice play out there in center.
Marte has scored both of the runs, both coming in with 2-out hits. First and third thanks to Broxton, and 2 outs for Josh Bell. Bell had the first 2-out single. That was in the first inning. Had a clean single to right. Already 5 hits for the Pirates, 3 of them in this inning. 3 hits and a walk in this third inning.
Out here, you got to feel pretty good. Only 1 run in. All these base runners.
Swing and a miss by Bell. Nelson with a fastball.
Maybe try and stay on his hands here. He got a curveball up in his zone that he dumped into right for his RBI single in the first inning.
Two and 2. Slider that time. That was a good one.
Yeah, good spot for it, down and in.
That's what he was looking for against McCutchen. Bell in the big leagues, his second year. Broke in last season. And looks like a very good hitter to stay for Pittsburgh. Has his troubles defensively, made an error last night. But he can really swing the bat.
Yeah, switch hitter.
20 homers this season as the regular Pirate first baseman. First and third, 3-2 the count. McCutchen takes off, and Bell into left field. That's down, a base hit. In to score is Harrison. The throw comes in late, and the Pirates have scored another run. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh, and all 3 runs delivered with 2 out hits.
Yep, and another breaking pitch to Bell, and this time he dumps it into left. Well, he hasn't hit either one of his singles very hard, but he put it in pretty good spots. That's a curveball right there. That one stays up down the middle of the plate, and Bell able to dump it out there into left. Once again, this Pirate ball club, not easy to strike out. They put the ball in play. They make you work.
Well, Nelson has been burned by 3 bad breaking balls. Those are the 3 that have produced the RBIs. 2 by Bell and 1 by McCutchen.
Yep, 2 curveballs to Bell and a slider to Andrew McCutchen. Getting into the danger zone right now with Garrett Cole on the mound. Already down 3-0.
Nelson, who gave up 9 earned runs in his last start. 3 earned runs already. We're only in the 3rd inning. First and third for David Freese. Beg your pardon. 2 earned runs on Nelson. His error led to the first run in the 1st inning. Way inside. Well, Jimmy's really fighting his command right now.
Yeah, especially with the fastball when he's been at his best. I mean, that fastball on the corners, down in the zone early in the count, and then that put away fastball up out of the zone, get him to chase.
26th pitch of the inning on the way. In there for a strike. Counsell hoping to get his big right-hander through this inning. Try to get him to reset. 3-2. Nothing but fastballs from Nelson.
Man, good spot to pitch David Freese. Fastballs in on his hands. Don't want to leave anything out over the plate with this guy. Really good opposite field power.
That cluster of pitches shows you exactly what he's trying to do against Freese. Up and in. Up the middle, base hit. Another run is in. Bell's on his way to third. It is 4-0.
3 consecutive hits. And with 2 outs to plate 3 runs.
5 hits in the inning. 5 hits and a walk. And Craig Counsell on the phone. It is tough to maintain the level of success that Nelson was enjoying, and he is certainly slipping into a slump right now. Adam Frazier now. First and third, 2 outs, 4-0 Pirates. Spins a slider in there for a strike. Well, the Brewers have their work cut out for them today. Garrett Cole doesn't give up much, and to be down 4-0 already, we'll find some offense. There's a fly ball into left. Perez will make the catch. The inning is over, but the Pirates come up big with 2 outs. They get 3 straight hits with 2 outs to produce runs. It's 4-0. Top of the third, and they have given Garrett Cole some room to work with. Guarantee your seat for the Bucks' 50th anniversary return to the Mecca game this fall with Fox Sports Wisconsin's 43-game Super Pass. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com/upcoming events for details. Pirates up 4-0. Here we go to the bottom of the third inning. Garrett Cole has surrendered just 1 hit. Has a couple of strikeouts through his first 2 innings. Got a big crowd on hand today. Sun shining brightly. Kids are having fun at the old ballpark before school resumes.
Won't be long, will it? Back to school. You got about 3 weeks, 2.5.
Yeah, right after Labor Day for most.
Today's the 16th.
Here's Keon Broxton, the former Pirate, and first ball swinging, fly ball right, and it's carrying, and it is out. Whoa, Keon Broxton, a little late life on that fly ball to right. Homered in a pinch hit appearance last night, and Broxton sends one out to the opposite field today. Brewers are on the board.
Yeah, both of them to the opposite field last night to right center. This one out of here right over the head of Frazier in right field. Well, he gets them in bunches. Maybe we got a hot streak coming for Keon. It's pretty much the same spot of the pitch that he hit out last night. Down in the zone, out over the plate, and gives it a ride out of here. The Brewers on the board. That ball just kept carrying. Good backspin on it.
There is a little wind whipping through Miller Park. You could see it before the game. It's hard to tell where the jet stream is, but I would venture to guess that it's going out to right center. Especially when you watch the way Frazier went after that ball. Coming in from left center and whipping around the stands out to right center.
Not sure it needed much help. That ball wasn't up there very high, and that was a bolt.
Did hit it right on the barrel.
Yeah, boy, I tell you, when he gets that ball down in the zone, I mean, he can generate some power. Goodness.
1-2 the count on Nelson, and down he goes. A strikeout for Cole. We think about Broxton. That's consecutive swings producing home runs. Had a pinch hit home run last night, extended the lead to 3-1. And then the first pitch he sees in his first at bat today, a home run to the opposite field.
And once again, he's made an adjustment to his setup. He's holding his hands a little bit higher, resting the bat on the shoulder, before he gets ready to hit. Constant adjustments. Every hitter makes them. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't.
Back to the top of the order with Eric Sogard. Got Walker on deck. Sogard getting the start at shortstop here today. It's his 11th start at the shortstop position. Most of his starts have come at second base, but he's played second and short, third, left field. Actually had a start in left field. Hitting just .159 since coming back from the DL, but he's been a hot hitter lately. Sogard on this homestand is 5 for 11.
He's still drawing his walks, getting on base.
He's had a good season against the Pirates. 8 hits in 19 at-bats. And a strike. 3-2 the count. Sogard's been with the Brewers since mid-May. Burst onto the scene as a Brewer in May. That series in San Diego. Missed all of last year with a left knee injury. Had surgery in April. Rehab year for him. Decided to sign with the Brewers for many reasons.
Really didn't have an eye-popping spring training. The Brewers sent him to AAA to make sure that he was going to be able to play regularly after that knee problem.
Hit well in AAA to start the year. Hit over 300 in about a month of play. And he draws the walk here. So Sogard is on. That's the first walk issued by Garrett Cole. That's going to bring up Neil Walker. Walker as a Met at 10 homers. 36 runs batted in. This is a ballpark that you would imagine is tailor-made for the left-handed hitting version of Neil Walker. He's a switch hitter. That short porch and right.
Yeah, they had that short porch in Pittsburgh, but the wall was 21 feet high, but not here. Gaps are a lot easier to hit out of the ballpark. And gap to gap in Pittsburgh, it's huge. Not so much here.
Well, you got to love the fact that Walker did his due diligence to get in a Brewers uniform as fast as he could. He found out Saturday he was traded, playing for the Mets. They were in Philadelphia. So he went from Philly to New York, packed his bags, got on a plane, and was here in time for the day game on Sunday. Started at third base. Walker sends one to right. That's way back. And there she goes. His first Brewer home run. A 2-run shot. And just like that, the Brewers are back in it. 4-3 Pittsburgh.
Well, you love that swing. Nice and easy. Never really over-swinging Neil Walker. And doing to the Pirates what he used to do to the Brewers. There you go. The first gauntlet for him.
And gets the face spray. So is that discussed, or does Walker, as a Met, watch the highlights of Brewers home runs and know that? You wonder.
I think what happens is, you know, Neil got here on Sunday and Eddie Cedar gives him the signs, you know what the signs are. Then he says, hey, when you hit a home run, be prepared. This is going to happen.
You got to go through the gauntlet.
Right.
Very nice. What a big home run that was off Garrett Cole and the Pirates, and the Brewers are back within 1. And now Santana with a big swing and a foul. Neil Walker now has 5 home runs against the Pirates in his 12th game against his former team.
Changeup that he hit out. Might not see too many more changeups out of the hand of Garrett Cole today. Not sure how many he's thrown up until that point, but that one ended up in the Pirates bullpen.
Santana with opposite field power as well. Flicks one into right. Slicing on the run, Frazier, and a basket catch. Good play by Frazier in fair territory. And Santana is out, second out of the inning.
Had him played perfectly. They had him shaded toward the line. The only way he makes that catch. Not a whole lot of room between the foul line and that wall, and just able to make the catch in fair ground.
Here's Travis Shaw with 2 away. Boy, what a big bounce back inning for the Brewers offense. Nelson giving him 3 consecutive 2-out RBI hits. Down 4-0 to Garrett Cole. And a quick strike by Milwaukee, 3 in already, answering that 3-run Pirate 3rd inning. Swing and a miss by Shaw on a changeup, and it's 1-2.
So much for that stat you threw out there. You know, 7 innings, 1 run.
That snaps the string for Cole, who had 3 consecutive games against the Brewers of at least 7 innings and 1 run or fewer.
That goes along with that, you know, Adam Frazier doesn't strike out much thing.
Just say the opposite, right?
Yep. You never know what's going to work.
We call that the reverse jinx.
Right.
Little jam shot on a hop. Nice play by Harrison, and the side is retired. However, the Brewers got a couple of home runs. Keon Broxton on the first pitch of the inning. Opposite field, then Neil Walker yanks one into the Pittsburgh bullpen. 2-run homer, and Bernie with a quick trip down his slide. In back-to-back games against his old team, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the former Pirates delivering in the Brewer 3-run third. Walker and Broxton. 4-3 ball game. Pittsburgh has the lead as we go to the 4th now. Walker with a 2-run shot, his first home run as a Brewer. And now Nelson See if he can get it back together on the mound. First 2 innings were scoreless with a couple of strikeouts and ran into trouble last inning. And a big bender in there for strike 1 on Jordy Mercer. Mercer again batting 7th today with Stewart in the lineup hitting 8th. Always a threat near the bottom of the batting order. Mercer has 11 home runs this season. Very underrated shortstop. Had a bad knee injury right here in Milwaukee a couple of years ago. Collision with Carlos Gomez as Nelson falls off the mound. Now he didn't let the ball go, so technically that could be a ball.
Yeah, it is.
Had he just held on to it, it would have been a no pitch.
It's not like there's a guy on base. Didn't have to throw it, Jimmy. Man on base, you do.
That's got a chance to show up on the blooper reel. And there's a strike. 2-2 the count. Mercer fouls it away a little bit late. Slider from Jimmy Nelson. And he got him to pop it up, had him out in front. Another breaking ball, another slider. Broxton is there for out number 1.
Hey, Sunday, September 3rd is a great day to be a kid at Miller Park. All kids at the ballpark with the Brewers game against the Nationals will get a set of Velcro toss paddles. Plus, just like every Sunday, kids eat free. For tickets and details, visit brewers.com. You have a set of those at home?
I do have a set of those. I don't have Brewer toss paddles, but I have the Velcro paddles. Those are great.
Pretty good at that.
Yeah, you know, it's that's where my skill level is right now, especially with my nephew. It's a big game. It's a good way to learn
hand-eye coordination,
how to
right?
properly position your hand to catch a ball. I like the Velcro paddles.
That's for young kids, though. That's not for, you know, guys your age.
Well, I know. That's a good point.
If you don't have hand-eye coordination by now, give up.
Well, they make good frisbees too.
It's always good for a picnic. Can't hurt anybody with them, right? Not like playing catch with a real baseball. You might get, you know.
Well, I know enough about your background as a child, listening to your dad tell stories. You could find a way to hurt somebody with any kind of toy. So I'm sure you would be able. The young Bill Schroeder.
It was only my brother.
2-1 pitch, and a strike is 2-2 on Stewart. What was your go-to game as a little kid? I mean, did you have like a, other than just going out and playing catch?
Curveball. We'd fire the rubber ball against a curve. You ever play that?
No.
You played in the street. Now I don't recommend that these days.
There's a called strike 3.
You never did that? You tried to hit the rubber ball right on the corner of the curve, and the thing would go flying. I mean, sometimes you bounce it off the curve, and that's what we did.
Is this before the yo-yo was invented? How about the hula hoop?
Yeah. None of that.
I've never played that game. Now that seems like something that you could inflict some injury.
See, now
there's a strike to Cole.
Now looking back, I mean, you don't want to be playing in the street.
Yeah, don't be playing in the street, kids. Bill Schroeder said so.
Yeah.
Cole with a big hack on Nelson. Threw him a slider. He was looking for a fastball. Now he's down 0-2. Cole is a good hitting pitcher. He's a threat. Has 6 hits this year, including a couple of RBIs. And Nelson's going to make quick work of it. That's a terrific bounce back inning for Jimmy Nelson. Facing the bottom of the order, 3 up, 3 down with a couple of strikeouts. On Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Toyota. Let's go places.
Back here at Miller Park, the Brewers and the Pirates wrapping up their 2-game series. The Pirates have a 4-3 lead here in the 4th. A look at our minor league scouting report brought to you by the UW Whitewater Warhawks. For Kyle Wren last night went 3 for 5, a home run, 4 RBIs for him, including the go-ahead 2-run single that was game 2 of a doubleheader for the Sky Sox. And Junior Guerra, by the way, pitched that game. He went 4 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits.
Okay, thanks, Sophia. Good update. Wren's had a good year. Son of Frank Wren, former general manager of the Atlanta Braves.
Never saw a lot of him in spring training. We have over the last couple of years.
A lot of outfielders in AAA, and Wren has emerged as one of the more productive outfielders there. Cole facing Aguilar, and a swing and a miss by Aguilar to start this bottom of the 4th. 1-2 count on Jesus. Brewers get 3 in the 3rd. A home run by Broxton, solo shot, then a 2-run homer by Neil Walker, his first Milwaukee home run.
That's one thing that Garrett Cole has had an issue with, giving up home runs. He's given up 24 of them this year. Other than that, pretty good work.
Three and 2 to the big first baseman, and Aguilar fouls it away. Jesus has great power. 11 home runs this year. He has been Council's best pinch hitter this season. Does get a couple of starts a week over at first base. If you're in an American League city, maybe see him as the DH. Brewers got him from the Cleveland Indians.
He really has done a good job keeping himself ready. Big spring, which is why he made the ball club, and he's figured it out. He's figured out how to, get the work in before the game to stay ready on the occasion he does get a start.
Indians took him off their big league roster. Brewers got him on waivers in February. No real promises for Aguilar. He was going to get a chance in Major League spring training, a non-roster invitee, and then, I should say, on the Major League roster, but no Major League roster spot guaranteed. And he draws the walk. So Aguilar is on. And a lead man on here in the 4th inning. Good battle there by Jesus. So that'll bring up Manny Pena. Well, Pena already has affected this game with his throwing arm. He caught Josh Bell trying to steal. Then Pena had the first hit of the game against Cole. Single into right field in the 2nd. And then how about this play right here? Starting a 2-6-3 double play.
And had he not turned that double play, that inning for Jimmy Nelson III would have been much worse. And he's been a nice surprise this year. Really no expectations as to what he might give you, but you know, defense, offense, excellent work. Hitting nearly 290.
Pena now with 6 hits on the homestand, including a home run. It's his 2nd hit of this series against the Pirates. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. Last 35 games, Pena is hitting just shy of 300. It's been an extended streak for Manny Pena. And playing a lot these days. Mandy's out with the injury. Andrew Susak is the backup catcher. Stephen Vogt is scheduled to return when the Brewers arrive in Colorado this weekend. Vogt's been playing in a minor league rehab scenario and recovering from a knee injury. A violent collision that Vogt was involved in Pittsburgh right after the All-Star break.
Yeah, play to play. He wrenched his neck and he hurt his knee.
He's going to miss about a month when it's all said and done, Stephen Vogt. No balls, 2 strikes on Pena. There are a lot of these Brewers that have been given second chances here in Milwaukee, 2nd and 3rd chances, and Pena falls into that category. Called strike 3. Cole hits the edge. Might have got the benefit of a call. Pena is gone. A strikeout for Cole and out number 1 of the inning.
Yeah, Manny biting his tongue. He thought that ball was away. Close to take with 2 strikes. Fox Tracks had it off the plate. But as a catcher, you don't want to be barking too much. You want to stay in the good graces of that home plate umpire for your pitcher.
Home plate umpire is Hunter Wendelstedt. Hernan Perez now with a runner at first. Guys like Garrett Cole, when you're working the edges as he is, and you've achieved the success that he has, you tend to get those calls.
Now you know what Bruce Fleming would say to you when you say that.
Strikes are strikes and balls are balls.
Right.
We just call them like we see them.
Andy, how many times have I told you? Doesn't matter who's pitching.
Perez pops it up. And Marte will make the catch, out number 2 now.
Didn't see Bruce this morning.
He normally comes in about 30 seconds before we go on the air. Well, Keon Broxton, 3rd inning, leading off the inning. Bam!
Down in the zone.
1 pitch. See you later. Home run number 18, a new career high with every home run he hits. First run of the game for the Brewers. Trying to avoid the shower.
Yeah, that pitch mid-thigh and down is his money pitch. Anything mid-thigh and above, a difficult time making contact.
Little flare foul in the seats.
He is a tremendous low ball hitter. Remember, he came up from the minor leagues, last year, and he had those hands Holding those hands around the belt. And this right now is a little bit different. He changed that a while ago, maybe 10 days.
It's almost back to where he was when he first came up with the Brewers last season.
Yeah, rest that bat on his shoulder a little bit. And now it's down again.
A strike.
Something different.
Whatever feels good.
Yeah, just stay comfortable up there. And he was resting the bat on the shoulder and then kind of just picking it up and holding it straight up for a while. A little bit higher than it was before. Let's say this, whatever he's done his last 2 at bats, keep doing it.
Keon's hit 3 home runs on this homestand. Those represent all of his hits. I beg your pardon, all but one of his hits. He's 4 for 15 now on the homestand with 3 home runs and 3 RBIs. The second home run against the Pirates in as many games. 2-2 the count. Runner at first. 2 outs. Goes to 3-2 now. Well, we'll find out how aggressive Garrett Cole wants to be here with Jimmy Nelson, a light hitting pitcher, on deck.
And Aguilar is going to get a head start.
Those are the home run zone.
Down
in the red.
Zone. Yep.
Full count. Aguilar goes. Broxton strikes out. Cole got him with a breaking ball. Side retired. Cole now with 5 punch outs. 4-3 game. Pirates have the lead. We go to the 5th inning from Miller Park.
The Brewers trying to come back down 4-3 in time now for our unlimited baseball break. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Mike Moustakas for the Royals is having a great season. He's 3rd in all of baseball with 35 home runs, which he recorded last night at Oakland. He is 1 shy of the Royals' single-season record set by Steve Balboni in 1985. And Jared Weaver has announced his retirement today, ending his 12-year career between the Angels and the Padres. 34 years old, a 3-time All-Star. He had gone 150 and 98 in his career with a 3.63 earned run average. And he'd been out since May with hip inflammation, just citing that his body just wasn't in a position to compete anymore. So the end of a great career for Jared Weaver.
He had a good run for sure. Had some postseason moments as well. Jared Weaver.
Balboni. How about
Bye,
that
bye,
name? I love
Balboni.
it. Yep. Kansas City, the Yankees.
Royals are right in there. They have been able to turn their season around. They're 1 game over. They're half game back in the wild card race. Right now the Royals are in 3rd in their division, actually tied for 2nd. They are trailing the Indians by 6 games in the Central.
I remember a home run that Steve Balboni hit against Teddy Higuera. Old County Stadium. A bomb. About 2 rows from the top of the bleachers and left. He could hit him.
Nelson facing the top of the Pirates order. 3rd time through the batting order for Jimmy. And Marte with a swing and a foul. 1-2 the count. Marte's been on twice with singles. He has scored twice. Also has a stolen base. Top of the Pittsburgh batting order has done some damage on Nelson here today. Harrison's walked and scored. McCutcheon singled in a run and scored. Josh Bell's 2 for 2 with an RBI. And then David Freese has a single and an RBI.
Yeah, Pirates are 4 for 7 runners in scoring position, today already. Doing a good job in that department.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Marte. And he got him. Good slider that time. A strikeout for Nelson, his 5th. First time he's retired the Pirate leadoff hitter.
Yep, you get ahead in the count, you get hitters to chase a pitch like this way off the outside corner. 89 miles an hour, some good velocity on that breaking ball.
One away for Josh Harrison now. He spins one in for a strike. Nelson is climbing the strikeout board in the National League. He's had some big punch out games this season. Nelson started the day 6th in the league in Ks. He has 5 today, trailing only Clayton Kershaw. He's moved up to 5th in the league. He's passed Carlos Martinez of the Cardinals. Max Scherzer is the National League leader in strikeouts with 220. He is 40 clear of Jacob deGrom, who's 2nd in the league. Scherzer also leads the NL in innings.
That's like what, 4 or 5 years in a row for Scherzer, 200 or more strikeouts. Some kind of pitcher he is.
Nelson strikes out Harrison. This time he put a fastball by him. Back-to-back Ks, number 6 for Jimmy.
That's what we're talking about. We talked about that on the open. All the strikeouts. He had Milwaukee men. Far and away his best ratio in his career. And 4.5 around to 1. Look at Kershaw, crazy.
6 strikeouts here today. He's given up 3 earned runs. An out away from getting through 5. Broken bat right to Nelson. He'll take it himself. Nope, he'll flip it to Aguilar. And the inning ends. And Jimmy Nelson, since allowing 3 in the 3rd, is now retired 7 straight.
features the everyday game day 50-50 raffle. You can look for the sellers in the bright orange t-shirts and purchase a $2 raffle ticket next time you're here at Miller Park. You may get lucky and win 50% of the day's ticket sales, and all of those go to support BCF and all the great organizations that they help support throughout the season.
Well, that Brewers Community Foundation, they do great work and lift up a lot of various charities around Wisconsin. What a beautiful day for baseball today. It's a 4-3 game. Cole and Nelson each allowing 3-run innings here today. Pirates scored a run in the first and then 3 in the third. The Brewers quickly answered with 3 in the bottom of the third. 4-3 Pittsburgh. Cole facing Nelson to start this 5th inning. Quickly ahead of him 0-2. Cubs and Reds play tonight at Wrigley. There's a called strike 3, and Nelson is quickly out on strikes. Strikeout number 6 for Garrett Cole. Cardinals will be in Boston tonight, playing at Fenway Park. Red Sox won last night, and the Cardinals will play game 2 of that series. First trip for St. Louis into Fenway since the 2013 World Series. A World Series that was clinched at home by the Red Sox at Fenway. Their 3rd title. It is time to scoreboard watch.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Hardcore scoreboard watching the rest of the year. Talking about pitching matchups and the way the schedule is designed. You play inside your division for the final stretch. Rosters are going to expand September 1st. That's always an interesting time as well, especially for contending teams. How do you put your roster together?
Yeah, the wild card all of a sudden is going to be up for grabs. I mean, Arizona and Colorado have been losing some games. Diamondbacks have lost 7 of 10. The Cardinals only 5 games back, as well as the Brewers in that wild card race.
Brewers have 1 more loss than the Cardinals, but 1 more victory. Sogard chases one. Down he goes. And the second strikeout of the inning for Cole gives him 3 in a row now. 7 for the game. 2 outs in the inning. And here comes Neil Walker. 2-run home run his last time up. Turn this into a 1-run game again.
I think the one and only changeup that Garrett Cole's thrown today ended up in the Pirates bullpen. I don't think he's thrown one since.
Walker 1 for 2 at the plate, presented by Wendy's. And his first Brewer home run. 11 homers on the year now. After Broxton had homered to start the inning, Sogard walked, and then Walker goes deep, and a 4-1 game turned into a 4-3 game just like that. Big Garrett Cole, former first rounder by the Pirates out of UCLA. 1-1. Walker fouls it back. Cole was drafted in the first round of the 2008 draft. Didn't sign, went to UCLA. So he was the 28th overall pick in 08 as a high schooler. Then he chose to go to college. He ends up as the overall #1 in the 2011 draft. He made himself a ton of money with that decision. The 1-1 they call him.
And has not really disappointed. He's been able to stay relatively healthy, and not bad numbers at .338 career earned run average, and 19 games over 500. Nothing wrong with that.
2-2. Walker, base hit, gets by Harrison. Neil Walker continues to swing the bat well. He's now reached base safely at least twice in 5 straight games. 3 of those here as a member of the Brewers.
Yeah, he was hot when he left the Mets. Had 6 hits in his last 2 games with New York. A nice short swing, and you know the veteran is going to be a big addition as the Brewers try to get through this pennant race.
Had a left hamstring injury while with the Mets. Put him on the DL for about a month, mid-June to mid-July. Now the Brewers have the tying run on with 2 outs. And a power bat at the plate in Domingo Santana, sitting on 19 home runs for the year. In there, a strike. 1 and 2 now on Santana. Powerball home run leaderboard, the updated board. Santana with 19 on the season. Broxton hit his 18th earlier today. Little half swing, and Santana goes. He's out. And a parting shot for the home plate umpire on his way out. Inning is over. Brewers strand the runner.
A mixture of players. You have some younger guys and some veteran guys, and obviously some good starting pitching. A lot of younger guys, and then you have a really good bullpen. And you know the winning teams that I've been on. That's a recipe for success. And I know playing against the Brewers in the past, especially the last couple of years, you knew that they had a lot of talent. You knew they had a lot of young guys, and it was just a matter of time before they started to kind of put it all together. And
Comments of Neil Walker. He had to sit down with Sophia yesterday. A terrific interview, and you could tell immediately Walker why he is so well respected, so well liked in the baseball circles. Great clubhouse guy. He's not a real vocal guy, but he expresses some terrific opinions, and it's nice to hear when a player is traded to your team. It's nice to hear the thoughts about your team from the other side.
And a real smart guy. You know, I was talking to Zach Weber, who was with the media relations department. He said that Walker was supposed to go to Clemson to play baseball, go to college at Clemson, but he signed instead. So you know he's got to be a pretty bright guy.
Bell with an awkward swing fouls that away. Let's see here. Let me unpack what just was disseminated by Alfred William Schroeder.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, being the scholar that you are.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
from Clemson.
Not easy to get in there.
So maybe the smart thing to do is to go ahead and sign. You're saying.
It worked out pretty well for him.
Do you still feel like you have a bond with Neil Walker because of that Clemson perspective, or once you decide not to go to Clemson, that pretty much takes you out of that brotherhood?
That remains to be seen.
You're on probation, Neil.
We'll have a chat.
1-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. Well,
no, I did not get that information myself. I mean, Zach, you know, Weber, who, I mean, he peels the onion back quite a bit.
He wasn't the one that actually offered the opinion that he's a smart guy because he was considering going to Clemson.
I added that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you made some contribution to that. Fly ball into left. It's got a big slice on it. It'll end up in the seats.
Might have been able to play football over there. I mean, that's how good Neil Walker was.
Big time quarterback,
right,
in high school.
Yep.
One of the more decorated high school players in the Pittsburgh area, and that is a hotbed for prep football for sure.
He'd look good in the orange.
National champion Clemson Tigers. Nothing quite like watching the national championship game a couple of years ago with Bill Schroeder decked out in all orange. He looked like a pylon.
That was this year, by the way.
Well, you know what I mean. Last football season.
Oh, okay. That was fun though, wasn't it?
2-2 the count. And Bell's hanging in there.
Although I believe you were the first to leave.
I was. Once I found out that the M&Ms contain no red M&Ms, the M&M pile had no red M&Ms in it.
I had a lot of time on my hands.
Rock extracted all of the red M&Ms.
Couldn't wear red. No red anywhere. That was good.
2-2 the count. Nelson trying to shake Josh Bell. Can't do it. Was that an Alabama game?
Yeah. 2 years in a row, right?
Giving him everything he's got. He'll see at least 10 pitches, though. Bell can do that. He is a very talented hitter. He will battle. He's got 2 hits today. Rolls over one out to Walker. And there is the out on the 10th pitch. Got him on a breaking ball. Little slider that time. 1 away. That's 8 in a row retired by Nelson since the 3-run 3rd inning.
And using all of his pitches to do it.
And we got another fan getting loose on the field, trying to escape. Not going to end well for him. It's just simply the dumbest thing in a sporting event to do.
Yeah, well,
the dumbest. So Nelson back to work. David Freese at the plate. He had the 3rd in that 3 consecutive RBI hits with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. McCutchen, Bell, and Freese. Ooh, yikes.
Did I get the hands or? David Freese swings at that pitch. I think it hit him in the hands.
I think you're right. It didn't have that sound like a bat.
A full swing, too, not just a check swing. Check this out. Where's it get him? Yeah, it did.
Man, right on the knob of the bat or on the hand.
Yeah, on the hand. I think it got him on the hand.
You know, he does have that pad there on his hands, on his batting glove.
Yeah.
And that might have been the sound of it. That thing came in handy right there. That saved him from a broken bone, maybe.
Apparently it's happened before. Getting in there like that.
The swing always counts first. So if you swing at a pitch that hits you, it is a strike. Which makes it the double whammy. You get the strike and you get hit by the pitch. 2 balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. 2-2.
Good slider. Real good pitch. 1 inning for Jimmy. That's been it. 1 bad inning.
And in that inning, he had 2 outs and nobody on. And then 5 straight base runners. Swing at a miss. He struck him out. Nelson gets David Freese his 7th strikeout of the game. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th.
Yep, slider, then fastball up and in. Yeah, to get him. 96 miles an hour, one of his better fastballs. So Jimmy's still throwing hard. Got it right by Freese.
Here's Adam Frazier now. He takes a strike. A little flare. That'll be easy enough for Sogard. Nelson on his game now. 10 in a row retired. He is through 6. Brewers are still down a run. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, pair of 3-run innings on the board here today. Well, the long-awaited fight between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor is finally here. It all begins Friday, August 25th. Weigh-ins will be live on FS1. Saturday, August 26th, the action on Fox, hosting a special pre-fight show at 5 p.m., followed by the prelims card at 6 p.m., and then the super fight. Don't miss the post-fight commentary and interviews on FS1 after the super fight. Blue skies up above. Not a cloud up there. It is a perfect day for baseball. Great to have you with us on Fox Sports Wisconsin today, or wherever you may be watching us. Brewers Pirates, 2nd game of the series. Milwaukee winning last night. Brewers are a 1.5 games back in the standings. 3 back in the loss column to the Chicago Cubs, who play the Reds later today at Wrigley. Brewers are matching up against the Pittsburgh ace, Garrett Cole. And Travis Shaw will lead off. Shaw, Aguilar, Pena. Shaw sends one into right field. Little wind blowing that way. Back is Frazier at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. We are tied. Travis Shaw, number 26.
The Brewers doing what they do best, hitting the long ball today. And fastball up out over the plate, and Travis able to get enough of it. Red gloves. I think he's worn those back-to-back days.
He doesn't like the water in his face, so they oblige with a drink.
Give him a drink. He's pointing to the red gloves.
Travis Shaw, what a year he has had. Big home run in the 6th off Garrett Cole to tie this game. 2 homers in the 3rd. Solo shot for Shaw here in the 6th. 26 home runs now, 79 RBIs. 6 weeks left. Bouncing ball, Bell's over. Cole is there, and Aguilar is retired. The sweet swing of Travis Shaw.
Yeah, right after a changeup, Cole gives him a fastball out over the plate. That's a nice, easy swing. Ball stays in the hitting zone, or I should say the bat in the hitting zone, and just carries on out of here. You're right. The wind might have had a little bit of a help to that baseball. Cole can't believe it left the ballpark. And it wasn't out by much.
9-game hitting streak for Travis Shaw with that homer. One away here is Manny Pena. Manny with a single in the 2nd. He struck out his last time up. What a comeback for the Brewers today. Down 4-0 to Garrett Cole. They have fought their way back. 4 runs on 5 hits. 3 of those 5 hits are home runs. Broxton got it started. Walker with a 2-run shot in the 3rd, and then Shaw just a moment ago. What an incredible season for Travis Shaw.
Man, without a doubt.
Coming from the Red Sox. 2-2 the count. Manny Pena into left field. Little lazy swing, and a lazy fly ball is going to be the 2nd out. Cole had him off balance, out in front. 2 away now.
And just couldn't wait back long enough. Got it on the end. 5 hits allowed by Garrett Cole, 3 of them long balls today.
Here's Hernan Perez. Well, meanwhile, you can't come back unless you stop the opposing offense, and Jimmy Nelson has done that. Nelson retiring 10 consecutive batters after that RBI single by Freese in the 3rd inning that produced the 4th run for Pittsburgh. Pitch count for Cole at 105. His spot due up third in the inning, in the 7th inning. You figure this is his last inning. Two balls and a strike. 2 outs in the inning. Perez takes strike 2. Everything away from Perez, and that one's in there for a strike. He stayed outside. He hits the edge with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. However, the Brewers are right back in it. Game-tying home run, Travis Shaw. They have come back from a 4-0 deficit and using the long ball to do it. Piece as we go to the 7th inning. Jimmy Nelson back out there, and he'll start his 7th inning of work now, and he's been terrific since a 3-run third. He's retired 10 in a row, but in that inning, Rock, 2 outs, nobody on. Marte with a single, and then the next 5 Pirate hitters reach base.
Well, look at the location. I mean, bad location for Jimmy, and all of a sudden he's found it. I mean, on the corners, down in the zone. I think, you know, the curveball was not a very good one for him today, so he's basically going fastball slider as of late, and it's been working. Yeah, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Both of these pitchers have had 3-run innings, and other than that, they've been pretty good.
Bottom of the order coming up for Pittsburgh. Jordy Mercer leads off. Nelson will face 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order, and you figure Hurdle, the Pittsburgh manager, will have a pinch hitter for Garrett Cole. Bullpen is active for the Brewers, with Nelson beginning the 7th. 3 runs, check it, 4 runs, 3 are earned against Nelson. Jarrett Hughes, another former Pirate, getting ready in the pen. That is a fair ball, and Pena will put the tag on Mercer. The Brewer catcher jumping on that quickly before it rolled foul, and an easy out. 2 unassisted for the first out of the inning.
You don't see that every day. I mean, how quick is Manny Pena getting out of the crouch and grabbing that baseball? And keeping it fair, and you can see him make the tag. Yeah, check swing. Watch where it hits. Right behind home plate. The spin brings it into fair territory. And Manny able to get it before it rolls foul. It's not where Manny is, it's where the baseball is.
That was a good call. Great shot from up above to show you exactly where it was. There's a good slider for a strike. That's been the difference maker for Nelson in this run of 11 straight retired. He has had that slider on point.
Yeah, he had a difficult time with a curveball early in the game. Josh Bell with a couple of base hits on a curveball. There's a curve right there.
And it's 0-2 on Stewart. Tried another one. Slider that time. A lot of pitchers over the years have said it's difficult to throw a curveball and a slider and to have both of those pitches working at the same time.
Yeah, one's usually better than the other, but when you get both of them working in the same game, that's when you have your great outings.
Another slider, and Stewart turns it around, a base hit. All breaking balls to the light hitting Pittsburgh catcher, who has 2 hits here today against Nelson.
You know, that breaking pitch was in on him, and I'll tell you what, he just dropped the head of the bat on it and lined it into center field. That's pretty good bat control right there.
Well, John Jaso now will pinch hit. He is Hurdle's favorite pinch hitter. One man out, runner at first. Jaso has some power. Takes a strike. Jaso's hit 8 home runs. 3 of those coming as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, doesn't get a whole lot of playing time. Not a bad guy to have coming off your bench, though.
Every now and then he'll play first, or you'll see him in the outfield, but this is his job to come off the bench.
Aguilar is playing behind the runner, not expecting Stewart to run. They're giving Aguilar a little bit more ground to cover.
And Nelson in a 1-1 count. Close the book on Garrett Cole. 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. Strikes out 9 today. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts for Cole. And the 3 home runs, representing all 4 Brewer runs today. Jaso hoists one in the air, foul and out of play. Brewers have a shift on with 3 infielders on the right side. But Sogard as the only infielder on the left side. Shaw has come over from third base. He's the one in the hole between Walker and Aguilar. And a ground ball. Oh, and it's off the glove of Aguilar. Stewart slides into second. Didn't see that, or otherwise he might be at third.
Well, should be an error, you would think, on Aguilar. And he's pretty sure-handed. Normally he comes up with that. Would have had an easy throw to second base. Brewers fortunate that Stewart, the pitcher, was, or I should say the catcher, running to second. Somebody else might have ended up at third base. That'll be an error.
It'll be an E3, and that's going to be the end of the line for Jimmy Nelson. So 2 on, 1 out in a 4-4 game, and the top of the Pittsburgh batting order is coming up. Good rally by Nelson, surrendering 4 runs early, settles down and finishes well today. all the out-of-market regular season games. Plus, you get a free subscription to the At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Well, Jimmy Nelson is out. 6 1/3 innings, gives up 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 7 strikeouts. Settled down, pitched well. He had retired 11 in a row at one point, but a costly error by Aguilar has set up the inning for the Pirates with 2 on and the top of their order coming up. So Counsell gives the ball to Jared Hughes.
Yeah, pitched last night, retired the only batter that he faced, got the Brewers out of a jam. He got Josh Harrison to end the 7th inning. 52nd appearance for Hughes, former Pirate. A .359 earned run average.
Hughes appeared last night, as Rock mentioned, and that was a pivotal moment in the ball game, and Hughes was able to get out of the inning in the 7th, which then set up Counsell perfectly to use Barnes in the 8th and Knebel in the 9th. Was able to give Anthony Swarzak another day off. Relief pitcher has been dealing with a stiff neck.
Unfortunate, had Aguilar been able to glove that ground ball, it would have been a double play. Probably would have ended the inning. The ball was hit pretty sharply. But as it stands, the Pirates are in business with 1 out, top of the order up. So the thing about these close games, I mean, one mistake either way could be the difference.
Hughes is a ground ball machine. Marte with great speed, tough guy to double up. Ground ball to third, backing up Shaw, got to go to the bag, and that'll be the 2nd out. That was a tricky hop that Shaw turned into a manageable hop.
And he went back on it. He realized that it was going to be impossible to turn a double play, so he did the best he could. He played the easier hop of the 2. If he charges that baseball, it might be off the glove. You see, he goes back on it. He knows he has the out at third, and that's all he's going to get. Not trying to do too much. Get it out and go after the next hitter.
Footwork, it sometimes goes under the radar, but that little shuffle step right at the end to give him a little more distance to field that top spin short hop. It's a ground ball fly ball ratio. That is a very high number for an extreme sinker baller like Hughes, and a swing and a miss. Harrison right over the top of that sinker.
Yeah. Hughes got Harrison on a comebacker last night in the 7th inning.
Two on, 2 out. Tie game. Harrison, a shot into left field, a base hit. Jaso's going to try to score. Here comes the throw. 2 hops, the catch, the tag, safe.
Pretty close. John Jaso, decent speed. Boy, Josh Harrison gets it done. Got something. Took that 2-seamer and went down and got it. Look at this throw by Perez, right on the money. It looked like he was safe.
Well, Craig Counsell is going to,
let's see, did the front
challenge this?
Did the front leg ever touch home plate? Does it? I don't know if it does or not. I mean, that's the rule. It's got to touch home plate.
It's that 2nd hop that.
Does it bounce up? Does he touch it there? If he does, he's out.
Yeah, it's all about the lead foot. If they determine that the lead foot touched the plate, then he'll be safe.
Good job by Pena not blocking it off. I mean, back in the old days, that would have been an opportunity to block home plate. And that would have been an out for sure. But, you know, the way the game is today, not allowed to do it.
It's so hard, too, in Jaso's defense. We talk about this all the time. It is so hard with a flat home plate to be able to keep your toe down on it like that.
Right.
I'm not sure.
Well, that's a nice play by Pena to pick that. Actually, he grabbed it with the bare hand.
I mean, we're looking at it at all these angles. Great camera work as well to have these images. I don't know if there's enough to overturn this call. Yeah, that's gonna.
Now the throw beat him, but you know the way you get a two-hand to hop like that.
And safe is the call. So Josh Harrison delivers again, an RBI single, another 2-out RBI hit for the Pirates. And the call stands, giving Pittsburgh a 5-4 lead.
So the error does indeed come back and haunt Milwaukee. Can't be making mistakes in close games.
Still first and second, now McCutchen. All 5 of the runs for the Pirates have been on 2-out singles. Meanwhile, the Brewers, 4 runs have all been on home runs.
Yeah, that run charged to Jimmy Nelson.
It'll be an unearned run. Jimmy allowing 5 runs, 3 earned, on the hook for the loss now. And McCutchen takes a ball. McCutchen had one of those 2-out RBI singles that came back in the 3rd inning. There's a strike, 3-1. Well, it looked like McCutchen had a green light there as well if he'd seen one he likes.
It was on the corner, not a good pitch to hit. Let it go.
Hitters count for the former MVP. And he hits one sharply, gloved by Sogard to second, out. Whoa, what a play, Eric Sogard. A little matador action on the rocket off the bat of McCutchen. Ends the inning. Gets the Brewers out of it. A bullet. That was a beautiful play. Nicely done, Eric Sogard. Brewers are down a run now. Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer.
Hey, the first 10,000 fans at the ballpark on September 1st for the Brewers Friday night game of the Nationals will get a mesh back Barrelman cap, compliments of the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee. For tickets and details, visit Brewers.com.
Well, a costly error for the Brewers in the top of the 7th inning, and then a clutch RBI single by Josh Harrison with 2 outs. As the Brewers behind once again. 5-4 is the score. New Pirate pitcher. An acquisition from the San Francisco Giants. George Contos is on to work.
Yeah, Contos, good numbers. Well, he's had 3 appearances, for the Pirates so far, and has not allowed a base runner. Overall, a .362 earned run average between Pittsburgh and San Francisco.
Keon Broxton at the plate. Hit a home run in the 3rd inning off Cole. All 4 of the Brewers runs on the board courtesy of the long ball. Broxton, Walker, and Travis Shaw. 5-4 Pittsburgh, bottom 7. And a wave and a miss and a breaking ball. Another breaking ball.
He's got a good slider. Contos claimed off of waivers from San Francisco back on August 5th. Pretty good numbers for a guy that was put on waivers. You put everybody on waivers, you can pull them back. That means if somebody claims you, a player, you don't have to send him away. But I guess the Giants felt that he was expendable.
And that one's in the air, left center field. Back on it, Marte at the wall. We are tied again. And Keon Broxton strikes again. His 3rd home run in the last 2 days. 2nd of the game for Keon. 5-5 ball game.
Yep, hanging slider. He got it. Boy, he's strong. Got leverage. Didn't sound like he got all of it. There's that slider. It's a hanger, and he banged it a little bit down toward the end, but enough of it. Drives it out of here. 4 homers for the Brew Crew today.
2 by Broxton. Gives it 19 for the year. He is in one of those hot streaks, and he can carry the load when he is in one of these streaks. We've seen it before. Eric Thames will pinch hit. Keon, 2nd time he's had multi-homers. Last did it in Seattle last year in August.
Well, he hits him in bunches. He can get real hot. He can go cold, but right now he's swinging it well.
His home run in the 3rd put the Brewers on the board. And then this one ties the game at 5 after the Pirates score. 5-5 game now. Contos deals. Thames takes a ball. Thames, as a pinch hitter, has 1 hit. He's 1 for 7. Not often used in a role like this. But 27 home runs on the year. Could give the Brewers the lead quickly. And Contos strikes him out for the 1st out of the inning.
Yeah, good slider right there. Not a lot of break to it, but just enough to get Thames off it. First base runner that Contos has allowed as a Pirate. First base runner, 1st run.
Pitching in just his 4th game as a Pirate. Contos, a part of the Giants World Series team in 2012. Pitched in the World Series against the Tigers that season. Now 31 years of age. Sogard at the plate, takes a ball high. 2 balls, no strikes on the Brewer leadoff hitter. You got Neil Walker due next. The former Pirates have done some damage today at the plate. Broxton and Walker. There's a strike. 2-1. Santos came up as a Yankee, but had been with the Giants since 2012. Had some good years out of their bullpen. 2-2 the count. Sogard takes a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Contos.
Yep, right at the top of the zone. Hey, today's time of the game winner, Pike Lake Resort in Hatley. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite beer pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite. Hatley, Wisconsin, just east, according to Mike Faulkner of Wausau.
Lay that on him. I'm sure he's all over it.
Never been wrong.
Contos will face Neil Walker now, 2 away. Walker's 2-run homer in the 3rd brought the Brewers within a run. That was a 2-run home run off Garrett Cole. Hit it to the back of the Pittsburgh bullpen in deep right center. Hits that one hard, foul. Ball and a strike on Walker. 2 more hits today for Walker. In his 3rd game as a Brewer. Brewers got him from the Mets in exchange for a player to be named later and cash.
It's a good deal for a guy that can hit like that.
One ball, 1 strike on Walker. In the dirt. 2-1 the count. Walker's been one of the best home run hitting second basemen in his time in the big leagues. Go back to the 2010 season as a marker. Only Cano, Kinsler, and Dozier have hit more home runs than Walker as second baseman. A strike. 2-2.
And you wonder how many more he would have hit had he not been at PNC Park.
That's a great point. Pitchers Park, tough to hit him out there. Not the case here in Milwaukee. That's why it felt like a perfect fit for the Brewers. Contos deals. 2-2 is fouled away.
A lot of sliders from George Contos, one after the other.
Let's see what he gives him here. 2-2. Three and 2 now. Another slider. And Alcantos has to come in there. He's got Santana due next. No Ryan Braun in the lineup today for the Brewers, and yet 5 runs on 6 hits. One slider after another from Contos.
Yeah, just that's his pitch. He's thrown some good ones. He's also hung one to Keon Broxton.
Contos is enjoying his highest strikeout rate of his career in his age 32 season, averaging 9.6 Ks per 9 innings. Payoff pitch coming, and Walker fouls it off. You'll see at least 9 pitches in this at bat. Brewers tied up on a Broxton homer to start this inning, after the Pirates had scored in the top of the 7th. 9th pitch of the at-bat, and Walker lays off. What a terrific plate appearance by Neil Walker. Draws a 2-out walk. The go-ahead run is on, and Walker is aboard for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, it looked like a strike for a while, but then that late movement out of the zone, Walker able to check his swing. "23 pitches for Cantos in this inning. In his previous 3 outings, he'd only thrown 24 pitches, and that was highlighted in the Pirates notes today. So Brewers making him work here in this 7th inning.
And Ray Searage, the pitching coach, is on his way out. Pirates have double barrel action in their bullpen, with the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw due next.
Yeah, they've only got 2 down there right now. Tony Watson traded. He's been
beg your pardon. Sorry, Juan Nicasio is the right-hander in the bullpen.
Right. You got LeBlanc, the long man, and Rivera, the closer. Those are the 2 lefties. They used to have 3.
Big spot for Santana. Santana sitting on 19 home runs. Broxton just hit number 19. A couple of guys pushing the 20 home run milestone. Big swing by Santana. Shaw and Thames have already arrived at the 20 home run number. There was one year the Brewers had 5 players hit 20 or more homers. 2010. In the Ryan Braun, Prince Fielder, Corey Hart era. Weeks and Casey McGee were also on that list. Back in '82, the Brewers had 5 players hit 20 or more homers. Cecil Cooper, Ogilvy, Ted Simmons, Big Spike Gorman Thomas, and of course Robin Yount. Those are the only 2 seasons in franchise history with 5 different players with 20 homers, and the Brewers are trending that way right now, with Shaw and Thames already there. Santana and Broxton 1 away from 20. Ryan Braun's missed so much time this year, but he has 13. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Santana strikes out to end the inning. Cantos strikes out 3, but the Brewers get a leadoff home run from Keon Broxton. Hit a homer off Cole in the 3rd. Comes back with a home run off Cantos in the 7th. We are tied at 5. We head to the 8th at Miller Park.
And the Pirates, we are all tied up at 5 thanks to Keon Broxton's home run here in the 8th. And an update for you on Stephen Vogt, who was in action today with the Colorado Springs Sky Sox. They played the Iowa Cubs. He played first base in his minor league rehab assignment. He went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So he's expected to play with them tomorrow. And assuming all goes well, he passes those tests. He's expected to join the Brewers in Denver this weekend. So again, we'll see Chase Anderson activated on Sunday. Hopefully Stephen Vogt activated this weekend as well. And Craig Counsell addressed the health of his team, saying really that's all you can ask for, is that you feel that you're getting close to full strength as we head into these final 40 games.
All right, Sophia, thanks. And you talk about 2 big acquisitions the Brewers are going to make. Might as well make a trade deal, right? That was Anderson and Vogt coming back from the DL, 2 key players down the stretch for the Brewers. Speaking of acquisitions, Anthony Swarzak back on the mound. He's been dealing with a stiff neck. Had yesterday off, and he's back on the mound here working the 8th in a 5-5 game. He's got Josh Bell leading off.
Been almost a week for Swarzak. Last pitch on Thursday against the Twins. Tossed a scoreless inning and included a couple of strikeouts. He picked up a save for the Brewers in Tampa Bay.
Swarzak has been outstanding in Milwaukee. He's resurrected his career. Not just the fastball slider combo, it's the variation of the slider that he throws. He can throw at a couple of different speeds, different kind of break on it.
He's had good velocity, throwing a lot of strikes.
2-1 to count. Swing and a foul tip right into the middle pinion. 2-2 now on Bell.
Yeah, a little pause in that delivery. I mean, he comes set and he kind of kicks that leg up and kind of pauses just a split second. Maybe disrupts that timing of the hitter. Right about there. Little hitch.
It's one of the few late game relievers that works from the windup. It's a modified windup, but it helps him get started. He works from the extreme first base side of the rubber. Creates a better angle, as he says, for his breaking ball. 3-2 pitch, and Bell lines it foul.
And nice and easy, you know, very deliberate wind up, the Jimmy Nelson type wind up. Watch a little bit of a pause right there, and now it goes. I think that perhaps might give the hitters a bit of a problem.
Another 3-2 pitch, and Bell lofts it in the air. Long run. Perez is over, and it's right there between the tarp and the wall. No man's land. And Bell will see another pitch. Swarzak was a starter when he first came up. Matter of fact, made his major league debut against the Brewers. First batter he ever faced in the big leagues was Craig Counsell, as a matter of fact. Counsell's playing days in Milwaukee. And then Swarzak was designated for assignment a few times and ended up in Korea. There's a liner into right field. Santana broke in. Now it's over his head. Takes a big bounce out there, and Bell is all the way around to third base. Well, that one ate up Santana. He did not play that one well. And then it takes a funky bounce, and Bell ends up at third base with a leadoff triple.
Yeah, hit the angle of the wall out there and carried over towards center field. Bell showing pretty good speed. Boy, he hammers this baseball. Well, you can see Santana, not much you could do about it. A little bit of a bobble right there, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah, those first 2 steps going in is what cost him. Bell fouling off a number of pitches, and now the Pirates have the go-ahead run at third. And a strike to David Freese. Buckled his knees on that one.
Yeah, Bell with 3 hits today. Couple RBIs.
I think Josh Bell, he's only 25 years old. I mean, he's got a chance to win a batting title in this league.
Switch hitter.
Swing and a miss. There's that late breaking slider by Swarzak, and it's 0-2. Needs a strikeout. Infield is in. Freeze lays off. See if Bell is running on contact.
The Brewers have the infield in. Trying to cut down that run.
Swarzak has been a swing and miss pitcher this season. He could use one here. One and two the count, and a swing and a foul right off Pena. Freeze just hanging in there.
It wouldn't be a game if Manny didn't get one somewhere.
Yeah, bounced up, caught him on the shoulder, it looked like.
Neck.
Ouch. Home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt taking his time, sweeping off home plate, going out to the mound, give him a little extra time to recover. 1-2. Swarzak again dealing, and a strike called outside corner. Surprised him with a fastball.
Yeah, gets him with 2 strikes in that situation. Very dangerous. Swarzak able to put a good pitch right in the corner. Something on at 95 miles an hour. Plenty of the plate.
Can't put it any better than that. All right, so 1 away. Still a runner at third, and here comes Frazier now. Brewers keep their infield in. Frazier is 0 for 3 with a strikeout here today. In the air, slicing foul. That's going to end up in the seats. A leadoff triple for the Pirates. Scoring all 5 of their runs with 2-out singles in this game. Got 1 in the first, 3 in the third on 3 straight hits. And then scoring in the 7th. Brewers hitting the long ball today. Broxton twice. And just tied it in the bottom of the 7th. Frazier lines one to left, a base hit. And the Pirates are back on top. Another RBI single. 6-5 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this one coming with 1 out. And the other is coming with 2 outs. Guy's a tough out. He might not be taking it deep a whole lot, but he'll hit mistakes like that right down the middle. Slices it into left field.
Well, that lead-off triple by Bell. He scores the go-ahead run. Pirates up again. And 1 away with a runner at first for Jordy Mercer. Twice the Brewers have come back to tie it. And they're going to need a third here today, running out of outs. Looking ahead to the Brewer half of the bottom of the 8th inning, it's going to be Shaw to lead off, Aguilar, and then Pena. Still have Braun available.
Well, and you'd like to be able to do it in the 8th inning because the 9th doesn't get any easier with Felipe Rivero, who's got tremendous stuff. Guy's been impressive in his games against Milwaukee, their closer.
Hard throwing lefty. 0-2 the count. Swarzak pitching in his 8th game as a Brewer. It's only the 2nd earned run he's allowed. One out, man at first. And the 0-2, Mercer lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swarzak, as a member of the White Sox, had a 2.23 earned run average. He'd only given up 2 home runs as a member of the White Sox. In 41 games. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Mercer is gone. 2nd strikeout for Swarzak. And 2 men are out now in the 8th. Still a runner at first.
Yeah, good pitch down and away. Man, they got him on the slider. Got a good one. Out of the strike zone, got him to chase.
Two gone, and the Pirate catcher Chris Stewart is up with 2 hits today, both off Jimmy Nelson. Neither starter will factor in the decision today. That Broxton home run last inning erased that. Garrett Cole went 6 innings, 4 runs all earned, struck out 9. Nelson 6 1/3, 5 runs 3 earned, struck out 7. Oh, and 2 the count.
You know, we come on the air talking about the pitching matchup. Would you ever imagine it's going to be a 6-5 game? And Nelson and Cole.
Yeah, each giving up 3-run innings in the 3rd. Brewers were down 4-0. Able to answer back. They tied it in the 6th inning. Trailed again in the 7th after the Pirates scored, and immediately tied it again with Broxton's homer in the 7th, and now find themselves down another run. One ball, 2 strikes. Frazier at first. He knocked in the go-ahead run. And a foul out of play. Late swing by Stewart.
Emergency hack, probably looking slider. Basically picked that one right out of Manny's glove.
See what he gives him. 1-2. He got him. Struck him out with the fastball that time. So Swarzak strikes out 3 but gives up 2 hits and the run, and the Pirates are on top again.
Brewers down a run. They come to bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. Craig Kashan and Jerry Augustine on board. We're getting set for Brewers Live, our post-game report presented by Ascension. One of the things, those 2-out RBIs that the Pirates had, their first 5 to score. Also a little sloppy on the Brewers end today, giving up 2 unearned runs.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Craig. You know, you talk about this Pirate team. Very hard to strike out. They always put the ball in play. A big reason why they've scored their runs today.
All right, Jimmy Nelson was on the mound. We'll break down his game. Craig Counsell will hear from him. All coming up after the ball game, and we'll get you set for the big road trip as well. Brewers Live, presented by Ascension, on the way, BA.
All right, Craig and Augie, thank you. Here we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Brewers will have Shaw leading off against Juan Nicasio, part of this excellent late game bullpen for Clint Hurdle's Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, 4th best in the National League, this bullpen. 59th appearance, 253 earned run average. And last time Nicasio was on the mound was Friday against the Blue Jays. Well, they had a scoreless inning.
Well, the Brewers are hoping the trend continues. Every time the Pirates score a run, they've answered with a long ball, including Travis Shaw's home run, which came back in the 6th inning. That tied the game at 4. Pirates have done it with singles. They have 11 hits in the game. 6 singles have produced runs, and 5 of those with 2 outs.
Yeah, the only extra base hit for Pittsburgh was that leadoff triple by Josh Bell.
Brewers have scored 5 runs on 4 homers, 2 by Broxton. Walker had a 2-run homer. The 1-1 pitch, and Shaw chases one. Ball and 2 strikes. 6th inning, Shaw stepping up against Garrett Cole. A little bit down toward the end of the bat, but had enough to get it on out of here. Home run number 26 of the year for Travis Shaw. Tied the game at 4.
He's got the lucky red gloves. Not so lucky this at bat.
Called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Well, Garrett Cole struck out 9. Conto struck out all 3 in the 7th inning, and now a punch out for Nicasio. 13 strikeouts for the Brewer hitters today. Here is Aguilar. A wave and a miss. Good sweeping breaking ball. Aguilar off the backhand of Mercer. No play, and Aguilar will reach. That one had some top spin on it. Mercer couldn't make the play, and a base hit for Jesus Aguilar. There's the tying run.
Able to hook a breaking pitch. Well, let's see if Craig Counsell wants to go to a pinch runner here. He's got some options. Got VR on the bench. Maybe he's going to wait and see if he gets to second base. Jordy Mercer able to get a glove on it, but no play at first.
It was hit well. If he comes up with it cleanly, he's got a chance at an out, but after the bobble, that was it. Hard hit ground ball by Aguilar. Manny Pena now representing the go-ahead run here in the bottom of this 8th inning. Loves to swing at that first pitch. Pena has had a knack for the dramatic this year. Has a hit today. Got the first hit of the ball game against Garrett Cole. That came with 2 outs in the 2nd. Has thrown out a runner trying to steal.
Got good velocity, does Nicasio. That fastball, slider to go with it. That one right on the outside corner.
Velocity with command. He's been able to do that all year for the most part. It's been tough. Pirates get a lead late. They are hard to come back against. Outside, ball 2. Brewers were down 4-0. Last time the Brewers overcame a 4-run deficit, 4 runs or more, to beat the Pirates was back in 2010. August of 2010. Trailed 6-2. In the air, right field. Did he get it? Frazier's back, and the Brewers have taken the lead. The Pineapple Express has done it again. 2-run home run, Manny Pena.
Boy, oh boy.
7-6 Milwaukee.
On 5 home runs from Milwaukee today. Aguilar got it started. Manny Pena with the oppo shot.
Through the gauntlet.
How good has that guy been? Manny Pena. My goodness.
Wow, what a moment for him again.
Yeah.
This guy has delivered some big home runs this year. Brewers lead 7-6. Perez takes a strike.
Yep, Corey Knebel getting loose in the Brewers bullpen.
Brewers have hit 6 home runs in a game in Cincinnati. In a game on June 29th. That was part of an 11-3 win.
And check it out, a fastball down the middle. He goes with it, carries on out of here into the Pirates bullpen. Pena wasn't sure. He got enough of it. Yep, he saw it. 5 home runs.
All runs produced by the long ball.
And you realize the Brewers have not had an at-bat with a man in scoring position today.
That's right.
0.
So you think about that big comeback the Brewers had against the Mets on Mother's Day. Manny Pena hit the 3-run homer that day. They were down 7-1 in that game. Pena hit a home run on Father's Day as well. I mean, this guy has been so much more than anybody could have imagined this year. Manny Pena.
We've been talking about it, seems like all the time, just about every day, doing something to help you win. Whether it's with his bat or with his glove or his arm. Something.
5 home runs for the Brewers. Walker and Pena with the 2-run homers.
It's gone to script right today. The big strikeouts for the Brewers and the home runs. Pirates no home runs. They haven't struck out much.
Nicasio strikes out Perez for the 2nd out. And here comes Keon Broxton. And what an ovation he gets. 2 home runs today for Keon. And Hurdle is going to make a double switch here. Say if the Brewers hang on to win this game, this is going to be one of those you mark on the schedule, on the calendar, and say that was a moment win. Down 4-0 against Garrett Cole. Able to come back on 3 different occasions, this time to finally take the lead. The Brewers have not led in this game until Manny Pineapple delivers the 2-run homer. We'll set up the changes for the Pirates when we continue. Well, Manny Pena has had some signature moments this year. This was one of them. May 14th, Mother's Day home run, 3-run blast. Brewers coming back from 7-1 down against the Mets. Jacob deGrom and the Mets.
Right.
Down 4-0 against Garrett Cole and the Pirates today. And how about Manny Pena? Opposite field, 2-run home run to give the Brewers the lead. Badger Mutual insurance play of the game. Brewers are still at work here in the bottom of the 8th. And now with a 7-6 lead, Keon Broxton will bat, and Rivero is in. I would imagine Clint Hurdle wants to make sure that his closer just gets some work here today.
Yeah, he hasn't pitched since Friday. He got a save against the Blue Jays. So yeah, that's a long time to have your closer inactive.
Nicasio had only given up 2 home runs all year. Pena strikes for a 2-run blast to give him the lead. Rodriguez is the other end of that double switch. Rodriguez will lead off in the 9th inning. Pirates will have Rodriguez, Marte, and Harrison coming up, with Knebel getting loose in the Brewers' pen.
And Rivero to lefty, big fastball, change-up, slider. He can be tough.
Keon Broxton with 2 homers today takes a strike. 3-2 the count. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Broxton hit number 18 in the 3rd inning, a solo shot, put the Brewers on the board for the first time, and then hit a game-tying home run in the 7th, his 19th of the year. And down he goes on strikes. Inning is over. However, Manny Pena delivers once again. Had 2 career home runs prior to this season. This was number 9, and maybe none bigger. 2-run blast. Brewers take the lead 7-6, and we go to the 9th with Knebel trying to close the door on the Buccos. Has given the Brewers the lead as we go to the 9th inning. 7-6 Milwaukee. Brewers baseball this afternoon on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. 5 home runs for the Brewers today. They'll take tomorrow off, and then they begin the road trip in Colorado. Matt Garza will start the game on Friday against German Marquez. Our Miller Lite What's on Tap on the air 7 o'clock for Brewers Live Friday from Denver. 3 outs from a win and a 2-game sweep of the Pirates. Corey Knebel, the all-star closer, is on to try to nail it down in back-to-back games.
Yeah, got a save last night, number 23. Corey has now worked in 4 of the last 5 days, actually 4 games in a row. The Brewers had an off day on Monday. That's a big workload for Knebel.
Facing Sean Rodriguez. Buckles his knees.
That was the pitch that struck him out to end the game last night, the curveball.
Brewers lead by a run. First time they've had a lead, that Pena home run. And the 2-0. Rodriguez with a big swing. Rodriguez coming back to the Pirates. They picked him up last week. He's hit 2 home runs as a Pirate. 4 for the year. Three balls and a strike. Well, you got the top of the order coming up next. This will not be an easy road for Corey Knebel. He's got Marte on deck, Josh Harrison, who gave the Pirates the lead in the 7th. He's in the hold right now, and then Andrew McCutchen after that. There's a hot one. Oh, gloved by Shaw. What a play! Throw is in time. Travis Shaw with a jam at third.
Boy, you can't hit it any harder than that. Wow. Shaw with the reflexes. Able to keep it in the glove and make a nice throw to first. Playing behind the bag. Got the tricky hop and got his man at first base. Wow. Boy, that's nice soft hands by Shaw to get the out.
Big time play at third base by Travis Shaw.
There's been 2 errors committed by the Brewers, but otherwise some pretty good defense, particularly on the infield today.
Here's Marte now, who has homered off Knebel. Has a strikeout and a home run versus Corey Knebel. Just 2 career at-bats. And he lifts one high in the air. Coming in is Perez, wobbly. And it's going to be Sogard who makes the catch in front of him.
Man,
yikes.
What happened there? I mean, that's a Perez ball.
Perez never looked comfortable coming in for that fly ball.
And that is a very difficult play for Sogard. He's able to make it. And very routine for Perez. It looks almost as if he didn't see it.
Check out the sun, the line of the roof where the sun sets beyond the first base grandstand, and yeah, that last little move right there, and I think Sogard's waiting to hear something and never did.
Right.
Wow, that's a big play. 2 outs. Here's Harrison. Takes a ball high. Harrison has some pop in his bat as well. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to count. In there, called strike. Lands that curveball, and it's 1-2 on Harrison. A strike away, the 1-2, and a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Brewers win today. What a game! A snatch him back for Milwaukee, using the long ball to do it. Broxton with a pair of homers. Brewers hit 5 today, and Manny Pena with the 2-run blast that helps them get back on top.
Yeah, what a way to, end the homestand and head out on a very difficult West Coast swing. When you can come back from 4 runs down without Thames, without Braun, without Arcia in the starting lineup, this is a nice win for the crew.
Makes a winner out of Anthony Swarzak. Corey Knebel with his 24th save, and the Brewers sweep the Pirates 7-6 in this 2-game series and keep the pressure on the division-leading Chicago Cubs. That's one of the best games of the year right there, folks. Time for Brewers Live. Let's check in with Craig Cashon. He's standing by in our Brewers Live set down the right field line. Craig?
All right, BA, and we're going to break down one of the best wins of the year for Milwaukee coming up next. What a job by Corey Knebel. Milwaukee leading for a very short stint in this one, but it was at the very end. We'll hear from the crew coming back next on Brewers Live.